What up, good people? It's your boy Ant from the Hip Hop News Report. And in this report, we have Q-Tip and Tribe Called Quest, man. They have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So, for everybody who grew up listening to hip hop and just these guys, Q-Tip, Phife Dawg, man. This is legendary right here. This is definitely legendary, and I kind of wish that Phife Dawg was here, but they say that so Dave Chappelle inducted him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on Saturday, which was yesterday, at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland. And he, of course, he gave his respects to Tribe Called Quest, and of course, everybody had the things to say as far as thanking everybody and things of that neighbor Jerobi, things of that nature. But when it came time for Q-Tip to address the crowd and say his speech, he broke down. So in the report it reads, when it was time for a Tribe Called Quest to accept the award, Jerobi grabbed the mic and reflected on his journey with Tribe. Q-Tip, standing there stoically, then stepped up to the podium. As he thanked his family, he brought up Phife, and tears came flooding in his eyes. He says, "Rest in peace to our brother Phife Dawg. I wish you were here." So, man, this is legendary, man. For all of my real hip hop fans, this is, we grew up listening to Tribe Called Quest. They birthed a lot of people. I know that Busta Rhymes was there, and yeah, man, everybody just paying respect. Now, we all know that Busta Rhymes got his start with a Tribe Called Quest on the song Scenario. He was there paying his respects. It was a beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean? But we just wish that Phife Dawg was there. But yeah. So moving on, we got this whole Young Thug. So Young Thug he's always, this trial is just taking over the news right along with this whole Diddy thing. I mean, Diddy is a little bit more like in the news more than Young Thug, but it seems like every week I'm reporting on this YSL trial. But in this report specifically, somebody got sent to jail. You know what I mean? So it says Antonio Sledge, who testified early last month, was taken into custody Friday, October 18th, when Judge Paige Reese Whitaker, that's a long ass name, Judge Paige Reese Whitaker ruled that his behavior on the stand violated his deal with the state. Now, I don't understand, man. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me finish reading. So, Sledge, plea agreement, which allowed him to avoid prison time and instead land 15 years of probation, hinged on him agreeing to 16 factual acknowledgments about YSL, and specifically about the murder of Donovan Nut Thomas and Thug's alleged role in its aftermath. And so he came to this plea agreement with the court, and he went back on it. And this guy ended up getting sent to jail. So on January 10th, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., defendant and other YSL associates gathered at the home of Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, who gave defendant and other YSL associates cash money to lay low. It says, however, on the stand, Sledge changed his story, repeatedly saying, "I don't recall," in response to questions about the killing. Now, bro, if you took a plea deal, my guy, if you took a plea deal, you have to uphold the plea deal, or you're going to jail. Like, I mean, I don't understand. Like, why would you take a plea deal and then try to act hard after the fact? Like, bro, you in court, my guy. Like, what are you doing? But I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this clip for you guys. Hold on.
I don't view it as a technical violation or akin to a technical violation, considering the solemn oath that he took when he said that he understood every term within the plea agreement, factual acknowledgments, and sentencing acknowledgments, and understood and, in fact, orally answered that he understood when both asked by the prosecutor and the court at his plea hearing that a failure to abide by any of the terms would constitute a violation of the agreement, and he was notified that the entirety of his probation could be revoked. I do appreciate the fact that this particular violation is a non-violent violation. But I also appreciate the fact that some of the many reasons why this could have occurred include the fact that there is just not a proper regard for the judicial system and the seriousness with which an oath in court needs to be taken. I actually view this much more akin to perjury, frankly, than a technical violation. And the sentence for perjury is up to 10 years. I am going to revoke 5 years of Mr. Sledge's probation. And Mr. Sledge, I am sympathetic to the fact that you have generally stayed out of trouble, and I want to commend you for that. And I really hope that this revocation doesn't set you back. But we've got to take seriously the court system. So that's the sentence of the court. I find there to have been that violation. I'm revoking 5 years.
Retarded, man. If you're gonna take a plea deal, bro, if you actively go and accept a plea deal, uphold the plea deal, or your butt going to jail, bro. Like, retardedness, man. I don't understand. But in this next story, man, so we have Denzel Washington and Snoop set to collaborate on Deathrow founder Harry O's movies. So Michael Harry O. Harris, co-founder of the legendary Deathrow Records, is in talks with none other than Denzel Washington to bring his life story to life in Hollywood. Harry O shared that his journey from the streets to the cell and back will be hemmed by his old friend Denzel, and with Snoop and Deathrow films, he'd be working on the most comprehensive documentaries ever created about Deathrow Records. So I'm kind of happy about this because we get to see like the behind the scenes of Deathrow, man. You know what I mean? Like, Deathrow is well known for, you know, Tupac, Snoop, Suge, and Dr. Dre. We just know those four faces, but we really don't know like the behind the scenes of what was going down. Especially like, you know, a guy like Michael Harry O. Harris. You know what I mean? Like, he was really behind the scenes of those situations. Suge Knight was the front person, and he was the guy that we always thought of who represented Deathrow Records. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is good. I mean, I never thought that we would see Denzel involved with anything as far as like hip hop like that. You know what I mean? You don't really look at Denzel and think, oh, he's a hip hop guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's involved with hip hop. I mean, but apparently, you know, he's friends with Michael Harris, and he's gonna help him out, man. So I applaud this. Myself, I personally applaud this, and I'm gonna definitely be looking forward to seeing this documentary. You know what I mean? But last up, I do want to report on. Lord Jamar. So Lord Jamar, I don't know if you guys know, but he actually ended up going off on a rant about Kamala Harris, and he ended up calling her the B word, and a lot of people didn't agree with it. Like, a lot of people didn't agree with it. And I mean, people are always in their feelings about political issues, man. Like, politics is a very touchy subject with everybody in America. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna play this clip for you guys. Hold on.
Peace, it's Lord Jamar. I recently come under fire for calling Kamala Harris out of her name. And as a man, I'm going to admit when I was wrong and that I did cross the line. Yes, I shouldn't have called her the names that I called her. And after watching it myself, it definitely was cringeworthy. And I would like to just extend my apology to her and all those that felt offended by my comments. You know, we have to really be mindful of where our words can travel to.
Now, I just want to add my opinion there on this whole thing, man. Lord Jamar, man, you've been a celebrity for a while, and this is, first of all, she's a black woman. You know, I'll say people look at her as a black woman. I was about to say something else, but I want to make sure that my words don't. You know what I mean? But you calling her a B word, bro, and she's running for president. She's a black woman. Like, you don't think you're not gonna get some backlash from that, bro? Like, it's like you just now coming to this realization that you need to be careful with your words. Like, really, bro? You just now figuring this out? I don't know, man.
And just like a bullet, once you release them, it's hard to take them back.
Exactly.
So I'm here to say, yes, I understand your criticism of me. And all I can say is pardon me. I'm offering my apology. And, you know, in the future, I will not speak of her in such a way, whether I disagree with her or not. And, you know, attempt to not speak about any women in such a way, to be honest. Again, my apologies. She is Madam Vice President, whether we like it or not, and that's how she should be addressed.
Yeah, man, I mean, especially, so he said that you should be careful about just addressing women in general. I mean, that, especially when you a celebrity and people look at you as, you know, some type of money goat or something that they can get money from. You know what I mean? If you got a little bit of money and you a celebrity, you got fame, you got to be careful with everything. You know what I mean? That's just with a little bit of money. Now imagine if you had money like Diddy. You definitely got to be careful. You invite somebody over to your house, they can slip and say, "Oh, I slipped on your floor. I need to file a lawsuit." Like, you got to be careful with everything. But yeah, man, that has been your hip hop news report. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is your boy Ian from the Hip Hop News Report, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.